from Ketchikan, Alaska.
From a very silly individual who used Right Guard deodorant in his hair as hairspray. Mine's run out, so I went to use his and I used the Right Guard and it was all grey and... Anyways, we're in Ketchikan.
We're off to a good start. Today we are going to have a trolley excursion to go and see some totem poles, and then we are going to see the Lumberjack show in the afternoon. I'm quite excited about seeing some very handsome lumberjacks. But this is our last port of call on this Alaska cruise, and it's been so wonderful.
Yeah.
And the views are incredible, so we can't wait to go and have a look.
Speaking of views, new t-shirt. My friend Ben got me this from Alaska. Look. Can you see that?
They can see, I'm not sure they care though.
Oh.
We've been so lucky with the weather on this cruise. Off to get breakfast. Back this way. Weird selection of fruit there.
Well, this is the new Gary C. Orange and yellow diet. So it's beige, orange and yellow.
I had eyes bigger than belly this morning, but we're not on a Disney cruise. Wow. As we get off the ship, the Lumberjack show is right there, so really not that far. And we're in downtown.
Downtown.
I said it, I didn't sing it.
I feel like a little cane's coming. Someone stole my big Alaska magnet. It's gone. But someone has left. Just show. This door is scary good.
Just as a small disclaimer to Gary and those of you at home, Disney do say that you leave anything on your door at your own risk. So don't be calling them up being like, someone stole my magnet, because they won't do anything.
And they won't care.
This morning we're doing the City Highlights Totems and Creek Street by trolley. It was $69 per person, so quite an affordable excursion in terms of what we did the other times in this cruise. And we're going to meet in the D Lounge, and we just need to make sure we've obviously got our government issued ID, our cruise cards, and ourselves. Present?
I'm nearly present in body, but never mind.
All checked in. We have Aladdin. Little orange trolley, my favourite colour.
How is life aboard the Wonder? Wonderful. Wonderful. Is it magical?
Yes.
All right. It needs to be, right?
For the price tag, yeah. We've got very lucky with the weather, haven't we? Really? Considering this is the last stop and we've had nothing but sun, we've done very well. The air here is fantastic. It's like I'm breathing for the first time.
Mystery pole. Now, why is it a mystery pole the first time? And then it's able to be repeated throughout the generation. In this case, the pole was almost done.
So we've had a little talk from our tour guide Caveman, who's been telling us about the stories of the different totem poles, because each one has a different story, which is basically the master craftsman is the person who's designed the whole totem pole. They built the whole thing, and then when it's been painted and erected, they then tell the story to the community. And there's one here called the Mystery Totem Pole because the master craftsman actually died before it was complete. So even though the apprentices and everything could finish the totem pole, no one knows the story.
I bought some pins, and here is my haul. You have ones that are made by Indigenous artists, designed by Indigenous artists. So, this, and this, and then these are like the touristy sort of ones, but I wanted something with Saxman on it.
This is very old. This is about 130 years old.
Oh wow, 130 years old. We've been dropped off at the entrance to Greek Street. This is one of the wooden plank streets that they have here. So they have actual walking paths that are called streets, just to be able to get through the different levels of the city. gorgeous. All the water and everything. So we're here before salmon season,
Yeah.
but I think you would sometimes see salmon here. What did you think of the tour?
I think it was great.
It was $69 a person.
Yeah.
I think the actual time at the Totem Pole Village, I think, was maybe a little too long. I did listen to the spiel. It was quite hard to hear because he was doing quite a big group. So overall, it did the job. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
I'll give it 4 out of 5.
There we go then. So a lot of the fish markets and shops here, you obviously can't take fish back on the ship, so they actually send to homes in America. So if you wanted to have some fresh Alaskan salmon shipped to you, you could.
Yeah, do you have a card? Yeah. Right now, not a card, but this has got, yeah.
Water's so clear.
It's all very nice and peaceful. I like it.
Well, that's the weird thing is you wouldn't really tell that there's 3 cruise ships in, but I think it's 3 small cruise ships. I don't know if the big ones can actually get 2 here. So worth noting that Greek Street is not accessible if you're looking to go up towards the park, but the front entrance piece is all ramp accessible. As far as cruise itineraries go, this is like views upon views upon views upon views. Best scenery on a cruise ever. Here is a fish ladder, which basically allows the salmon to hop their way upstream. A little bit easier than trying to go against the rocks. What's really nice is that the walk we're doing is actually walkable from the ship. So this is only about 10-15 minutes away from the ship. So you don't necessarily have to do an excursion to see all these lovely sights that we're seeing. This is the city park. Very beautiful. Gorgeous. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want a park like this.
Yeah. Where's my park like this?
I was half expecting it to be really busy, but really peaceful and quiet. It's primarily locals that are here by the looks of it. So you can find yourself on a little bench, just enjoy the water. In the concierge they have these gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, which I guess you could probably get by recalling room service.
Yeah, they're probably everywhere.
They're really good.
Really nice.
Who knew bear-proof bins were also Gary-proof bins?
They are. Oh, there's a thing in there. Well, they didn't say that.
Very good tourism signage around Ketchikan as well, telling you where to go to different places. Little maps every now and then. We'll soon be visiting the Great Alaskan Lumberjack Show. Our excursion's at 3:15. I'm actually meeting at the Lumberjack Show, but next door they have the Alaska Fish House, which apparently has the best fish and chips in Ketchikan. Be rude not to as British people, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A 2-piece Pacific cod is $19.99, and that's served with fries, coleslaw and tartar sauce. For 2 sodas and 2 portions of 2-piece cod, it came to $47. So it's not a cheap fish and chips for the Brits, but we get this wonderful view of the Disney Wonder, and it's a nice vibe in here. Very cool. We definitely could have shared one of these.
Yeah, I think so.
Out of 5? 4. I'm going to give it a 4 too. It was nice. It was a different take on fish and chips than what a British one would be. It was like panko breadcrumbs rather than battered, but really, really good. We're in line for the Lumberjack Show, and we're excited about the Lumberjacks. Less about the show. But
I want to see them doing the wood chopping.
well, yeah. You're here for the chopping. I'm here for the men's.
Our audience members who want to come and try the slingshot.
Now, you're going to be playing some fun games that me and my friends came up with.
My first impressions are, I don't think it's worth doing the Disney exclusive one because we're currently watching a goofy, ill-instructed exercise video.
It's for Goofy.
It's a bit odd.
This is the double buck. In this event, 2 guys work together to cut 1 complete cookie of the end of their love.
We're racing back to the ship. Whole thing, the show has run long. We'll give you our review when we're back on board, but Gary just wants to get a picture of the back of the ship. Nearly there, nearly there. We're about to get on board, but that is the line because of the Lumberjack show letting out late.
Let's go, it's cold in the shade.
We're leaving at 5:45. It's now 5:27. We've only just got. We didn't even wait for the photo either.
No, we just had to go.
We've just got back on board. We wanted a bit of quiet so we could actually tell you what we thought of the Lumberjack show.
And we're in the zoo and no one's in here.
Yes, the club. Gary, is it really?
I just fell.
Yeah. Everyone saw. The whole world saw.
I'm back, girls, I'm back.
In body and in spirit, or?
As you were.
Anyway, verdict on the Lumberjack show. Lumberjacks, very talented, very handsome. I got what I wanted out of it, which was to see some sexy lumberjack men carving wood. However, poorly organised, very long-winded.
There's a lot of filler in it. Loads of filler.
Way too much chat. It took over an hour from when we were seated to see any wood get cut.
Where's the wood? Give me wood!
So the doors opened at 3:15, the show started at 4, and there was like 20 minutes of chat
20 minutes of
from
filler.
there. And it was just filler. We think it's maybe because this is the first Disney show of the season.
Yeah.
And the Disney portion was not good. It's not worth going to the Disney one. It was basically Goofy doing an exercise video with
the
kids.
children, yeah.
And for the extra upcharge, it's not worth it.
No, just do the normal one.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, based on our experience, I'm not sure if I would recommend it.
I give it a 3 out of 5. It was all right.
I think that's a fair review.
Yeah.
It wasn't poor.
Most of the
but
stars
it wasn't
are for
good.
them because they were very good and they climbed up the thing.
If
and
it was
did the
just
thing.
if it was just the last 30-40 minutes, and the host was maybe a bit more with it
on it, we would have got 4 or 5.
It would have got 4 or 5, but unfortunately, I think 3's fair. My laundry's back already. They said it would be 48 hours. It's already one day.
And it's got the keys on it for concierge.
You had that when it went out.
I didn't say. Like it. Isn't that wild to think that you're going home and it's all cleaned? You just have to maybe iron some of it.
It looks like they were ironed, but they've kind of been forced into this bag, which means they don't look ironed anymore. But at least they're clean.
Yeah, clean. Less of a job for you to do when you get in. Worth the $25 on the deal?
I'll just wash them next time.
I did get the pin, but I advise to get any merch you want before your show when you're waiting to go in, because at the end it was just people everywhere, chaos, and
It was clever thinking from Gary Seats.
and there would have been no getting the pin, and I wanted the pin.
And we're off. Heading back to Vancouver with a day at sea tomorrow. This evening we're doing the drawing in Animator's Palette.
We are. I'm nearly finished.
Is that Cruella inspired?
It's Ursula inspired.
Ah!
If you can see the little nose.
What did you think of the colour spin dance party?
I think it was one of the best ones they've done. Max comes out at some point.
You preferred it outside?
I preferred it outside. It was cold though. I put the blanket around me. There are blankets outside, so if you do get cold, just get one from the side. But I was right at the front, so here's the clips.
It's one of our favourite menus on the Disney ships. We've got caprese salad to start, Malaysian chicken satay if you want it. It is now chicken thigh, not chicken breast.
So I will not be having the chicken satay.
Sad times. But they've also got another few choices, and then on the entrees, the one that we normally get on this menu is the chicken schnitzel, which we really like. We typically just ask for a side of gravy as well. Back by popular demand, it's the tomato caprese salad.
With a massive chunk of mozzarella, which is one of my naughty cheeses.
Wow! Now that's what I call a colorful entrance.
One thing I love about the concierge is the attention to detail in their service, because we didn't even talk about the Lumberjack show to them, but word has got round from the one cast member I spoke to as we were getting on the ship, just letting her know, like, by the way, people are going to be late back to the ship because of the Lumberjack show. And I gave her like a bit of the pointers, the rundown. They have called the head server, the concierge, whilst we were at dinner, and she said, by the way, we heard about the Lumberjack show, we're really sorry, here's 35% off. So that's really, really nice of them to do that. They don't have to do that because we still saw the show and everything. My lovely server knew how much I enjoyed the curry the other night, so has brought me a curry this evening. It looks like a black bean curry and some Bombay potato with rice and some tortillas. I would ask what's Gary having, but it's almost gone. Enjoying it?
Chicken schnitzel.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
So good. Thank you.
I just remembered something. I saw a bee asleep in a flower today. That was amazing. Anyway, as you were. There we are. Look at all of our chocolates that we've been collecting.
Little treats.
Little treats.
We haven't used any of those card games.
I know, we do it every time.
I know.
Maybe we should have a game just to say, to validate.
I have deactivitized.
I haven't.
Had a shower. Gary's been singing in the atrium.
With the pianist and a lovely girl.
So if anyone's got any videos of that, send them to us because we haven't seen it yet.
Dee, run it up, girl. I was. People was clapping.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back and have a shower, that. And Gary's like, an opportunity.
An opportunity to make a show of myself.
Tomorrow is our last day on the ship. We are having a day at sea with Paolo brunch and all that fun stuff. And it's coming up right now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Morning! Welcome to the last day of the Disney Wonder. We are going to Paolo brunch this morning.
Hooray! The giant Mickey waffle beckons.
I am waiting for the almond croissant.
Oh, croissant.
Very excited. Tell us what you saw last night, Gary C.
Last night I went out into the tundra, girls. It was freezing. And I saw the Northern Lights. Well,
Yeah, he came back and he said, don't you dare. And I went, oh, what a great picture of the Northern Lights. Wow, look at that.
I mean, that's as good as it got. But I also become a little helper, helping everyone with the settings on their phones and telling them where to look and where True North was and everything. So I was like a little Disney helper.
To deck 9, I want to say? Deck 10 midship. Aft. We're going aft. Here at the back, the carpet transitions to something a little bit more elevated.
How are you on this cruise?
Yeah, wonderful, thank you.
Well?
Having a great time.
Excellent. You skip the breakfast?
We skipped the breakfast, we've got lots of space. Paolo brunch comes at a cost of $55. Because of our loyalty, we get $55 per person to spend. So this ends up being free. We just have to pay for the gratuity at the end. We've been served a non-alcoholic Bellini. Cheers.
Oh, nice.
It's like Fanta fruit twist.
Like a little peach.
Little bread service. And then
Look at that.
the real reason we're here, the almond croissant.
Almond croissant, empty croissant, mixed berry tart, and blueberry muffin and Nutella muffin.
Wow, thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Can I have one of those and then one of those, please?
Absolutely yes.
Thank you so much.
The little cakes are always so fresh and nice.
Gary's gone for the tomato soup. And I've gone for some poached eggs on toast. No fancy things. Ask for an English breakfast tea. Get a whole trolley.
Get a box.
Thanks.
with the maple syrup a little bit.
Yes, please.
Brunch was short and sweet. I think most people go for 4 courses, but we only did 2 each.
So full of just from that.
I can't do it anymore where I go and I just eat so much that I'm ill. But it was really good. We had a really nice server, Manuel.
He was great.
The calzone was really delicious. You really liked your apple cinnamon waffles.
I did like my animal waffles. No, apple cinnamon waffles. Really nice.
Let's play Who's Behind the Curtain? This is the part where you come out from behind the curtain.
It's me, Olaf. I'm back for the Frozen sing-along.
So the Frozen sing-along got cancelled earlier in the cruise, but they have moved it to today, the last day on board. We've still got great weather as well.
I know. I might even melt. But some people and some things are worth melting for.
Welcome to this very special day. You go find your sister and we'll share the history of Arendelle.
And everyone will sing all the songs, right?
Yay!
Oh, don't worry about that, dude.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Do you want to build a snowman?
It doesn't have to be a snowman.
We've come back to the room. Conclusion on the Frozen thing was that it's the same show as what they do in Hollywood Studios.
Uh-huh.
So same scripts and everything. Gary's gone to draw Minnie.
I went to draw Captain Minnie. Can you see? Met Goofy in my Olaf outfit, but the Olaf outfit was getting toasty, so the Olaf outfit is suitcase bound.
I've been watching Star Wars, and Gary, on his way back, brought me some vanilla ice cream, and we had these little chocolates, obviously, that they give us when the turn down service happens. So I've crushed some, and I'm going to turn them into chocolate chips.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, the little sprinkles.
See? Not just a pretty face. Sometimes not even that. What would an Adam McFlurry be called? Put it in the comments below. Good.
Oh yeah, good.
I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5 because I came up with it.
Gold star plus.
And even though it's a day at sea, we've still got incredible views. Look at that. Just had my afternoon shower. We'll be getting ready for dinner soon. Gary's out meeting characters. No surprises there. I am currently making my way through the Star Wars movies and will begin packing very soon because it's all coming to an end. But don't worry. I've got other vlogs in production. They'll be coming soon to the YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button. It's a little bit more complicated on TVs. You've got to push the up button, go to the channel, and then subscribe. But we'd love to have you if you're new. Real talk time. It is 6 p.m. I have done nothing but watch Star Wars. I'm now on episode 5. I've just got myself an Impossible Burger for a little pre-dinner whilst Gary has gone to the show. He's been meeting characters and going all about the place, but my energy today has just... So I think it's ever since the helicopters. It was like pushing through yesterday, and then today I was like, there's no way I'm going to push through today. I'm just going to take the day because it's a day at sea. It's what it's for. It's for sleeping. It's for chilling. It's relaxing. And I never want to fake, the energy and everything for the sake of content. So this is the reality. This is what I'm doing today. We are going to dinner at Tiana's this evening, so I will show you a bit of that. It's the Mardi Gras celebration, and then it's going to be time to go home. So tomorrow we are disembarking the ship and flying home with British Airways in Premium Economy from Vancouver International. We were debating taking the Sky Train that goes from near the convention centre, but we've got a lot of bags, so I'm probably going to order us an Uber or something. I don't tend to film the flight home just because it's a bit of a downer for the end of a series, and I always like to tell you that there's more magic coming, so fear not, there is more magic coming. As you can see, packing has restarted. I'm also doing our tips. Second to last night of your cruise, you'll get a slip of paper that was in our case yellow, which has these tear-off slips which show the amounts that you've been charged for tipping out your server, assistant server, head server, stateroom host, And in our case, we've had an assistant stateroom host because we're concierge, and we've also had a slip for the concierges as well. The concierge tip is basically split between the different team members who make up the lounge. So that's the 3 main concierge hosts, and then that's also 4 lounge assistants, basically, in our case. They give you these little white envelopes, so if you want to put any extra cash in, you can, but it's really a way for you to give the slip in person and say thank you for looking after us. If you don't want to give them the slips, you don't have to. They will still get the automatic gratuities regardless. It is a requirement of sailing on Disney Cruise Line as well that you pay the automatic gratuities. You can prepay them if you want to when you're booking your cruise. But we typically like to put a little bit of extra cash in. It depends on the length of the cruise as to how much I normally do. I like to think about, if I was going to a restaurant, how much would I be tipping for this sort of thing, and then kind of gauge it that way. But in our case, we've got the concierge hosts who have all been fantastic, and they definitely deserve more than what the automatic gratuity is. So for 2 of us, it's come out to $140 for a whole week, and that's between 7 different people. So we're going to give a little extra to the hosts, and a little extra to split between the lounge hosts because they have been fantastic. And so it's a cost to factor into your cruise as well, especially if you're coming from the UK and you're not used to it. Other cruise lines do actually offer like non-gratuity cruises. Virgin, I think, is one of them, where all the gratuities are included in the price of your cruise. Gary is back from watching the show. How was it?
I say 5 stars. It was really good, really magical.
Disney Dreams.
Disney Dreams. So it's one of Disney's own creations, and it's one of the shows. It's the show that's been since the very beginning of Disney Cruise Line. 28 years
the Peter
ago,
Pan one?
whatever it is. Yeah, it's the Peter Pan one. And I also met Captain Minnie, and I went to the Encanto thing. The Encanto celebration where you can meet like Mirabel and Bruno at the end. And that was really good, but it's more for kids really, because they get the kids up and doing stuff. But a very productive afternoon, and
a very unproductive afternoon.
Disney
By choice.
Disney Dreams, definitely go and see it though. It is so like magical, and it's hosted by like Peter Pan. So if you like Peter Pan,
we're going to make our way up to the concierge lounge and go and get a little pre-dinner drink, and then we're going to Tiana's place.
You can see it there. Yes, it's coming up. You see the tail coming up, yes. Yay!
Hey! We saw the tail! Last night at the cruise, and we just saw a whale. Well, we saw the tail of a whale.
I've got a lot of pictures of sea.
We unfortunately missed the on the day that we're actually out the front of the ship looking at the views and seeing Mickey and Minnie out there. A whale actually like jumped out, and is that the picture you got?
That's it.
They've seen the clip though. We just said hello to the lovely Andy, who's the hotel director on the Disney Wonder at the moment, and also Captain Pedro, who has provided us a wonderful cruise. So it was a nice opportunity to say thank you for looking after us. Andy's a wonderful person. If you see him, tell him Adam says hi. We're now heading into Tiana's place. On tonight's menu, ooh, very different.
Is it?
From the previous menus.
And now we've got bees.
Hi, Letty.
Hello, how are you?
All good. What about you?
Lovely.
Very well, thank you.
Sea day?
I did absolutely nothing, and I loved it. Gary saw the whole ship.
I saw characters, I saw shows, I saw everything.
So you do everything and you do nothing?
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for the sausage fritters, the creamy tomato soup, and then the vegetable gumbo. Sausage fritters for Adam. Tomato soup for Gary C. You gotta dig a little deeper to find the croutons. Gary and I have both gone for the vegetable gumbo, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be like an actual broth sort of thing. Tiana!
Nice to finally see this half of the bayou, you know? Well, tell me what's been your favorite thing y'all did out of all 3 of the ports.
Oh, eat your beignets, of course.
Well, that's not a port, and that's just a restaurant.
I know.
That's very sweet.
I would say Skegway, all the lovely views and like.
A lot of people caught the train, you know. My favorite.
We did. We loved it.
We loved it.
All the ice caps and everything.
That was great.
Yeah, I am happy.
You were very excited about meeting her.
I'm not going to cry. I'm going to eat my gumbo.
No cry! I've gone for the banoffee cream pie, which looks incredible, and Gary's gone for, insert name here, When you find out who you are, you find out what you need. Blue skies and sunshine guaranteed. One last look at the lobby. Gary will be coming to see the Sail of Wave or whatever it's called.
I'll be here in a minute with the absolute chaos and the carnage.
I don't like going to that because I don't like to end on a crowd. It's not my vibe.
I need to see the characters one last time. I'm desperate.
Back again.
Round 4.
She wants one last chance to bring back the glory.
I mean, even if I win, it's 2-all.
Once I make my move, you're free to check the king.
Go. What am I more willing to lose? I'm actually more willing to lose, yeah.
Congratulations, Gary. You won.
The Grandmaster.
I hope you're very proud.
The Grandmaster.
Now take your prize and get off my property.
If you know what that is, you're probably British.
You're probably British. 2 of 2. Good job. Congratulations. To the next.
My hands are soaking. It's that sun cream. It just drips off of me.
Or is it the sweat of trying to lose a game?
Yeah.
Not trying to lose.
It's the anxiety of playing it and thinking I can't lose again.
Now's the time to say goodbye to all our company. Oh gosh! M-I-C. See ya real soon! K-E-Y. Why? Because we like you!
Time for our trip report. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what a lovely holiday we've had.
It has been wonderful.
Wonderful. They call me wonderful. Not a Disney song, but it's fine. What would you say is your feet? Because the Wonder was the one that we were looking forward to and checking off. How have you found the Wonder?
Amazing. So efficient. Everything has been great. The ship looks like it's...
You wouldn't imagine it's 30 years old.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
The paint on the outside is...
But even the Disney Dream Show, they said that was like 28 years old or something. And I just thought it still holds up. It's really fun. And
the crew have been really good. Everything's been really efficient, well organised.
And in the farewell thing I just come back from, they actually on this ship got all people from the shows come out as well as the characters.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and their special outfits from their different
That's
shows.
good. And the organisation has just been really, really good. And I think that's a leadership thing. So top down, it's been really, really good. So hats off to the crew. Do you have a highlight of the trip?
Rosalina from the merchandise. Her getting me my pins. I've been checking in with her every couple of days, saying hello. She gives me a little hug. And then she's how I'm doing. And then today, on the last day, I went and visited her and said goodbye. She's going on holiday after this. So I was just like, have a lovely time. Yeah. But yeah, that's been great.
And if you hadn't got those pins.
Yeah, but also Lorna. Doing the karaoke with Lorna. She was great.
I think my highlight was the White Pass excursion, the train that went up the mountain and everything. Standing out on the platform and seeing the views and breathing the air. It was really, really worth the money and really, really great.
Did it heal your inner soul?
Yeah, it was just a great experience.
Did it wash out all the London and city smoke from you?
I don't live in London.
I know you don't.
I'm at the countryside.
I mean...
Anyway, what would you say about...
I have been best friends with him for like 11 years now.
I did live in London once upon a time.
He did.
Anyway, we digress. What about the Alaska itinerary? Is there a tip that you have? Or like, how have you found the itinerary?
My tip is do research. The TripAdvisors of the world and things like that. Don't think, oh, I don't want to know what happens. I just want to go in. Don't. You need to do things that you want to do or that fit your personality and your comfortable sort of nature rather than what the Instagram looks like. Because the pictures of us on the dog sledding are going to look incredible, but there's a story
the experience
behind that.
is very different. And I think it was my mistake that I just took people's recommendations of things to do.
Well, so did I. I just...
just blindly
top
booked
5
them.
things to do in Alaska, and you just go right, pop, pop, pop.
But actually, if we had researched a bit better, then we maybe would have done things without Disney, like the dog sledding. We might have found that there's a better one that's not with Disney or something. There was more research we should have done, and that's on us. And I think my point of feedback is actually going to be that the helicopter excursion that was part of Disney wasn't it just wasn't worth the money. It wasn't up to scratch, and I think something needs to change there.
Yeah, buy your own husky.
Even just from a safety wise, with like the whole safety video and feeling rushed and me panicking, and because I think that it ruined the experience for me. Was your point of feedback about?
My point of feedback was the lumberjack thing. It needed to be tighter. It was so all over the place. The fact that the host didn't remember where the main guys were from. There was 4 of them. I was a bit like, what's going on here, girl? The Disney side of it as well was a bit weak. But Goofy doing exercises, like, we get to lumberjacks. Like, let's get to some soaring.
But, you know, they could improve that quite easily.
Yeah.
You know, I'm hoping that it will change in the season.
By the end of the season, it will be more killer than filler.
We hope.
Hopefully.
For your sakes, if you're coming. And if I was going to give a tip, you've said about researching.
I'd say researching stuff,
and everything. I think mine would be don't worry too much about the weather. Layers is your key.
Because you can take off and on then.
Yeah, because I think there were some days where we're like, oh, it's a bit cold in the shade, but actually we took out hats and scarves and coats and all this stuff and
don't commit to one style of clothing because it can go either way.
Yeah, exactly. So just I thin things that you can take on and off. And we've had really, really good weather.
That's the thing. We were expecting bleakness and we actually got a tropical island in the sun.
They said that's one of the best weathers they've had on this itinerary. So your experience may differ if you're coming here and it's raining all the times and foggy and that sort of stuff. But no, we've had a really, really, really great time. It's been a trip of a lifetime for sure.
Yeah, 5-star ship, 5-star cast members, staff. It's been so efficient.
Yeah, and the views.
Yeah,
like you won't get an itinerary that gives you better scenery than this one.
And thank you for renewing my interest in chess.
I love it. That was honestly one of the highlights of like us enjoying the cruise.
He loves a bit of chess. This one,
yeah.
Maybe I should get you a special Disney set for Christmas. No, you don't like. No,
that's
fine.
We'll just leave it as a cruise thing. Yeah. But no, I really love the one. It's nice been being on a smaller ship, and it's been a great time. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you for bringing me.
My pleasure.
Incredible.
And if you would like to support the vlogs, you can join the Morning Club. Bonus content. That's ultimately how we do this. This trip was not sponsored by Disney. It was not sponsored by anybody else. It's only through you guys watching on YouTube and being members and buying books and stuff like that. This thing keeps going. So thank you very much.
And if you want to find us on Instagram, Adam Hatton,
Ugo,
all in the description. And that's it. Another trip gone.
Another trip gone. I'll be back soon. Don't forget to be subscribed. Gary will be back when the wind changes.
I'll be back when the bells of Notre Dame ring and throw me out to the streets. The bells!
So, in the meantime, all that's left to say is like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.